The photo that we're looking at now was taken in Belgium in 1942, and the woman at the center of the photo is a school teacher, and her name is Jeanne de Mon. She was a teacher of kindergarten students who you see surrounding her in the image. In 1940, when the Nazis invaded Belgium, Jewish school children were no longer permitted to go to regular public schools with their peers. So Jeanne, who was a Roman Catholic herself, volunteered to teach at an all-Jewish school. And these are the children you see standing next to her, all Jewish children who went to this special school. In 1942, the Nazis began deporting Jewish families, including children, to ghettos and concentration camps. Throughout the course of the war, Jeanne was able to hide 2,000 children. This photo gives us the opportunity to think about what being in hiding would be like for an ordinary child, like the ones you're seeing in this photo. For children in hiding, experiences varied widely. Some children could quote-unquote pass for Aryan and could remain in sight. Other children had to be physically hidden away in cellars, attics, basements, crawl spaces for the duration of the war. It was very difficult to be a hidden child, and it was difficult to arrange for this because hidden children needed to take on brand new identities. Oftentimes, people who assisted this process, like Jeanne, had to find identity paperwork and coach children as young as 5 years old, as you're seeing in this photo, to remember their new identities, their new stories, and coach them and train them not to divulge any information about their real lives in case they were betrayed by people around them. When you look at this photograph and you're seeing hula hoops that are still sold in stores today, suddenly the photo doesn't seem so old, and this history doesn't seem so far away. The Holocaust happened in a time where there were hula hoops. One of the other things I find really heartbreaking about this photo, and hard to look at as a parent myself, is the fact that many of these parents who hid children often had to leave them behind. It was a lot easier for children to go into hiding by themselves than for an entire family to hide from the Nazis and to avoid deportation to concentration camps and ghettos, simply for reasons of lack of space, increased risk, and many families weren't willing to take an entire family, but they would take 1 or 2 children. So parents like myself and like many others today had to make the heartbreaking decision to risk sending their child into safety with a stranger. They gave them to people like Jeanne who would arrange for them to stay safe. Many of them probably knew that they might not see their children again, but they did everything they could to keep them safe. I find that the most powerful about this picture because no matter how long ago it appears, no matter how far away this history seems, there's a universal humanity to this image. Jeanne not only saved 2,000 children by placing them into hiding in Belgium, but she didn't stop there. She worked with the Belgian resistance to transport arms and weapons on her bicycle. She also fed them pieces of vital information in their efforts to resist the Nazis.